Hello, everyone. Welcome to Vinyasa Yoga. My name is Emma, and I'm really excited to be moving and breathing and practicing with you tonight. Um, Today's class will be a pretty balanced, full body class. There'll be opportunities for a little bit of a challenge and opportunities to rest and turn things down if you're looking for a little bit more soothing practice. So there's hopefully something for everybody tonight. But that being said, feel free to take any variations, modifications, adjustments that you need to make this practice work best for you. I won't cue any specific props tonight, but it's never a bad idea to have blankets or blocks around just to support your practice in any way like that. And with that, we'll go ahead and get started in a child's pose. So come towards the center of your mat and spread your knees wide, bringing your big toes to touch. You might gently rock back and forth and slowly lower your torso down onto your mat, extending through your spine. And if you notice that this is pretty uncomfortable in your knees or hips, you can take a blanket and roll it up, placing it between your calves and hamstrings for a little extra lift. Walk your palms out in front of you and rest your head on the mat. Take a couple of big breaths here. Big, nourishing inhales and deep, soothing exhales. Take 3 or 4 more rounds of breath just like this. Transitioning from whatever was happening earlier in your day to this moment on your mat. Maybe setting an intention for today's practice. Something that motivated you to come onto your mat, something you're grateful for. Maybe something that brings you joy. One more big breath in through your nose. Big sigh out your mouth. And slowly begin to walk yourself up to a seat. You can bring your knees towards each other, coming in to just a seated pose with hips on heels. If this is uncomfortable, you can always bring a block or blanket underneath your sits bones. Stack your shoulders, ears, and hips all in one line, and then take a big shoulder roll. Inhaling to send your shoulders up and exhaling to release them back and down. Do that once or twice more. Beautiful. Then inhale to sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, right hand down by your right hip, arc over to the right. Ground through your left sits bone, reach through your left fingers. With an inhale, rotate your ribs and heart up to the sky any amount. Exhale to curl forward. Send your left hand down towards your right hand. Inhale, open up. Rotate your ribs open, gaze to the sky, and exhale to curl. One more time. Inhale, opening through your front body. Exhaling, kind of twisting forward. Beautiful. Inhale your way back to center, both arms up overhead. Interlace your thumbs and find a little back bend. Inhaling to lift your heart. Beautiful. Exhale, come back to center. Left hand meets the ground or a block on your left side. Arc to the left. Firmly root through your right sits bone. And then inhale to spin your ribs and heart to the sky, any amount. Exhale, curl forward. Right hand reaches towards the ground on your left side. Inhale, rotate open. Exhale, curl forward. One more time. Inhaling to open. And exhale, curl forward. Beautiful. Inhale back to center. We'll take a few seated cat-cows. So you might start with your palms on your thighs. Inhale to glide them up towards your hips. You send your shoulder blades together, gaze up. Then exhale, slide your palms down towards your knees as you curl your spine, creating space between your shoulders. 1 or 2 more rounds of breath like that, starting to explore flexion and extension. And really beginning to connect your breath and your movement. Nice job. With your next breath, plant your palms in front of you and transition towards a tabletop pose. So wrists directly under shoulders, knees directly under hips. Spread your fingertips wide and press through the pads of each finger. Inhale your right leg back behind you. Flex through your toes and send them down towards the ground. Draw your low belly up and in. Draw your low ribs slightly in. Inhale to send your right knee towards your right tricep. Exhale, sweep your right leg over to the left side, any amount. Maybe right toes touch on the ground. Inhale for that crunch. Exhale, sweep your leg over to the left. 1 more time. Inhale, knee to right tricep. Exhale, sweep your leg over to the left and pause. Toes on the mat. Maybe your gaze floats over your left shoulder, inviting length into your right side body. Inhale to lift your right leg back, heel at hip height. Toes dial down. Big breath in. Exhale, knee to nose, curling forward. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to extend. Exhale, step your right foot forward in between your palms and then heel toe your right foot out to the right any amount, creating a wide leg low lunge. Inhale to sweep your left or your right fingertips up to the sky, sinking into your hips, finding a twist. You might invite movement back into the shape, inhaling to spin your ribs and heart to the sky, exhaling to close your palms towards each other. You might stay where you are, letting this practice and this pose suit your needs for the moment. With your next exhale, let your right hand plant. Sweep your right foot back. Right knee meets the mat. Maybe you take a few rounds of cat-cow here, inhaling to let your belly drop, gaze float to the sky. Exhaling to press the ground away, curling through your spine. You might take child's pose for a few breaths or down dog for a few breaths. We'll meet back in our table in about 3 breaths. Return to tabletop. Find that firm foundation of wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Zip up through your core and lift your left leg back behind you. Flex your toes down to the ground. Pause, feel the shape in your body. With your next breath in, send left knee to left tricep. Exhale to sweep your left leg over to the right, toes tap. Inhale, crunch on the left side. Exhale, sweep your left leg to the right. 1 more time. Inhale, crunch. Exhale, left leg over to the right, toes touch the ground, gaze over your right shoulder. Breathe into your left side. One more big breath in and out. Inhale your left foot back to behind your hip, flex your toes, and exhale knee to nose. Inhale to extend. Exhale knee to nose. Inhale to extend. Exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. Walk your left foot out to the left side. Round through your right palm. Inhale to float your left fingertips up. Sink into your hips as you lift through your left fingers and find length through your spine. Maybe invite movement, inhaling to spin open and exhaling to curl forward. We'll take about 3 or 4 more breaths here. Finding the movement or stillness that works for you. And with your next exhale, plant your left hand. Sweep your left leg back. Come to your tabletop. Option for cat-cow. Option for child's pose. Option to sit back and take just a few breaths, settling in. With your next inhale, make your way to down dog. Fingertips spread wide like in table. Come to the ball mounts of your feet and press your hips to the sky, lifting through your sits bones, lengthening through your low back and hamstrings. Maybe you're pedaling out your legs or shaking your head. Yes, no here. We'll stay here for 1 more breath. Then we'll inhale our gaze forward, come to the ball mounts of our feet, and step to the top of our mat for forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to press your thighs back in space, lengthen through your spine. Fingertips come to shins or the floor or a block. Exhale to release, fold forward. Gentle bend through the knees. Inhale, rise to stand, arms sweep wide. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep your fingers out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Move with your breath. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands plant. Step back, high plank or low plank. Wherever you are, inhale to shift forward and exhale to lower to your belly. Inhale for cobra pose, peeling your chest up off the mat, drawing your shoulder blades together. Exhale, release, tuck your toes, press your way to down dog. You can come through reverse push-up or tabletop. Big inhale and down dog. Exhale to release. Inhale, gaze forward, knees bend. Exhale, arrive at the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise to stand, arms sweep wide. Maybe you catch a little back bend here. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Sun salutation A, Surya Namaskar A. We'll do that twice more, moving with your breath. Inhale to reach out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands plant, step back, high or low plank. Inhale to shift forward, exhale, lower. Elbows tuck in close. You might lower all the way or half of the way. Inhale for your back bend, maybe cobra, maybe up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. Always an option to take child's pose or tabletop instead of down dog. Listening to what your body needs for practice today. No pose is better or worse than any other pose. So let yourself enjoy the practice that you need today. Inhale, gaze forward, ball mounts of feet. Exhale, step walk, maybe hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, fold right back down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, palms plant, step back. Your plank pose. Inhale to shift forward and exhale to lower, half or all the way. Inhale for your back bend and exhale, down dog. Nice job, everyone. Check in with your breath here in down dog. Check in with your body. Are you maybe feeling warm? Can you notice your pulse? What's the view like in your down dog? Upside down, back at your mat. How does it feel? Inhale, gaze forward, knees bend. Exhale, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. With your next inhale, rise to stand, arms sweep wide. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Inhale, arms out to a T, and exhale, fingertips to the tops of your shoulders. Draw some big circles in the air. Moving in one direction, and then the other direction. Release your fingers down to your sides. Maybe you shake out your arms or your hands. And then step your right foot back about half third of the way through your mat. Have your toes out to a 45-degree angle. We're coming to our warrior one. So take a deep bend into your left knee. You might walk your left toes out to the left slightly. And inhale, arms up to the sky. Ground through all four corners of both feet, particularly the pinky edge side of your right foot. Draw your low belly up and in. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. Beautiful. Stay right here. Or release your hands behind your back, interlacing your fingers and inhaling to draw your shoulder blades together, creating space in your front body. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you hinge at your waist. Coming to humble warrior. Knuckles can stay down by your low back, or you can lift them up to the sky any amount. Keep drawing your legs towards each other. Keep breathing. You're in your humble warrior shape. Inhale to rise back up. Exhale to release your hands. Inhale, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, rotate on your back toes so you're on the ball mount of your back toe. Coming to a high lunge shape. So gentle shifts in your foundation. Square your hips to the top of the mat. Gentle weight in the back of the pelvis. Find a lift through your heart and through your crown. Sweep your arms up overhead. Option to stay right here, or bring your left hand to your hip, inhaling to lift through your heart, finding a gentle back bend. Exhale, come back to center, sweep your right arm to shoulder height. Inhale to lift through your heart, keep that bend in your left knee. Exhale, palm to shoulder height. One more time, inhale to lift, little back bend, exhale. Beautiful. With your next inhale, sweep both fingertips to the sky, and exhale, hands plant around your left foot. Step back to your plank pose, high or low, and move through your vinyasa, inhaling to shift forward, exhaling to lower half or all the way. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, gaze forward, knees bend. Exhale, arrive in a forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale brings you to stand. Palms meet at heart center. Step your left foot back. Send your toes about 45 degrees out. Find that bend in your right knee. Maybe your right foot walks to the right. As you send your gaze forward, chest forward, inhale. Warrior one. Bending through that front knee. Softening through your jaw and the muscles around your eyes. Option to stay right here. Or interlace your hands behind your back, opposite thumb on top this time. Inhale, lifting through your heart. Almost as if your sternum could burst forth. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you shift forward, humble warrior. We'll take 2 more breaths wherever you are. If you're in humble warrior, inhale to rise up. Exhale to release your hands. Inhale, sweep your fingertips up overhead. We'll shift onto the ball mount of our left foot, coming to a high lunge, crescent lunge shape. So you might adjust your feet, finding that firm foundation, kind of legs on train tracks here. Gentle softening through your brow, through your shoulders. As you're ready, inhale to sweep your arms up to the sky. Scissor your legs towards each other, finding strength through your inner leg line. Option to stay right here, or right hand can come to your right hip. Inhaling to find a lift through your heart, little back bend. Exhale, left palm forward. Inhale to sweep up and back. Keep that bend in your right knee. Exhale, left hand forward. One more time. Inhale to lift up and back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, sweep both palms up overhead. And exhale, frame your right foot. Optional vinyasa. As always, you can take cat-cow or child's pose or any version of these vinyasas that feels good to you. Knowing that you can change at any point in practice, you don't have to do the same thing. And you don't have to plan what you're going to do in advance. You can simply roll with what feels good. That's a great option too. We'll meet in our down dog. Inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale, bend in your knee. Stack your right hip on top of your left. Exhale to square your hips back to the mat. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Settle into the shape. Inhale, lift your heart to the sky, back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. Transfer your weight into your right foot. Float your left toes up off the mat. Warrior three. Spin your toes so they're facing down to the ground. Squaring your hips to the mat. Fingertips can float out to the side, out in front of you, back alongside your body, or at heart center. One more big breath in. Exhale, gently release your left toes to the mat. Inhale, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, hands plant around your right foot. Release your left knee to the mat and shift your hips back, coming to half splits. So hips stack over your left knee. You might scoot your right foot forward or back in space as you flex your toes, particularly the pinky side edge of your toes, towards your nose. And if you notice yourself curling forward, try to find a little bit of a lift through your heart, length through your low back. One more big breath in and out. Exhaling, bend back into your right knee. Heel toe your right foot out to the right edge of your mat. Plant your left palm. Inhale, right fingertips to the sky. We've been here before. How are you feeling now versus the first time we did this pose? Notice similarities, notice differences. One more big inhale. Exhale, right hand plants, optional vinyasa. Sweep your right leg back, moving through your flow or skipping it. No wrong choices here. This is your practice. Wherever you are, make your way towards down dog. When you arrive in down dog, sweep your left leg up, bend your left knee, stack your left hip on top of your right. With your next exhale, square your hips back to the mat. Sweep your left leg forward. Planting your left foot, rise up, high lunge. Catch a back bend here. Inhaling to engage your core, lift your heart to the sky. Exhale, palms together, heart center. Transition your weight into your left foot, gliding your right toes off the mat. Spin them down to face the ground, pressing your right heel to the wall behind you. Beautiful. If you're tipping and falling, that's totally fine. It's part of the practice. We'll take one more breath. And exhale, right toes meet the mat. Inhale, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, hands plant around your left foot. Right knee rests on the mat. Left toes walk out towards the left. Plant through your right palm. Spin your ribs to the sky for a twist. 3 or 4 breaths right here. Exhale to release. Walk your left toes in between your palms and shift your hips back. Flexing through your left toes. Invite length to your hamstrings, into your low back, into anywhere else you're getting sensation. With your next exhale, bend back into your left knee, plant your hands, and sweep your left leg back. Optional vinyasa. Take it or leave it. We meet in down dog. Inhale, gaze forward, knees bend. Exhale, top of the mat, forward fold. Maybe you take hold of opposite elbow with opposite hand here. Bending into your knees any amount. Maybe you place the backs of your hands on your mat and step the balls of your feet onto your palms. Gently straightening your legs any amount. 2 or 3 more breaths right here. Gently release your hands or your elbows. And heel toe your feet about max width distance apart. Toes out, heels closer to your body. Sink your hips down to the ground, coming into Malasana or Yogi Squat. If this does not feel good in your hips, feel free to place a block or folded blanket underneath your sits bones. Bring your palms together at heart center, invite length into your spine. Option to stay here, or you can plant your left hand, open your right fingertips to the sky. Let an exhale bring you back to center. And then find the other side. Right fingertips out, 45 degrees, left Palms open up. With an exhale, come back to center. Inhale, length from tail to crown. And exhale. One hand comes in front of you, one hand comes behind you. Lower yourself onto your mat. Walk your feet about mat width distance apart, bringing your hands behind you. Let your knees rock to the right, gaze over the left. With your breath, gently switch sides, letting knees come to the left, gaze to the right. This is a great way to move through the hips, find a little twist, massage through the glutes. Take 1 or 2 more rounds here. Start to even out your sides. And then make your way back to center. Extend your legs long out in front of you. Give them a little shake. Flex through your toes. Then draw your right knee into your chest. Cross it over your left leg, planting the sole of your foot on the mat. Inhale, both arms up overhead, long spine. Exhale, twist. Wrap your left arm around your right leg. Release your right arm behind you, helping support through your spine. Gaze over your right shoulder. Take 3 or 4 breaths right here. Letting each inhale invite length and lift. And each exhale invites you a little deeper into your twist. With your next exhale, slowly unwind, releasing your legs out in front of you. Little shake. And flex through your right toes, draw your left knee into your chest, cross it over your right leg. Inhale, long spine, fingertips reach tall. Exhale for your twist. Left hand comes behind you, right arm wraps around your left leg. Gaze over your left shoulder. And breathe. Finding that little dynamic shift in your twist with each breath. Inhaling to lift and lengthen. Exhaling to arrive a little deeper. With your next exhale, release your twist. Straighten through your legs, maybe give knees a shake. Let your feet rock side to side. When you're ready, take a bend in your knees. Plant your feet on the mat. Fingertips come behind your knees and lift through your heart, drawing your shoulder blades together. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you lift one or both feet up off the mat. Maybe you extend through your legs or release your fingers, extending through your arms. We'll be here for 5, 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower onto your mat, pausing when hovering just a few inches above. Big breath in, and exhale, release everything onto your mat. Take a big breath in, long sigh out your mouth. Inhale to bend through your knees. Plant your feet about hip width distance. Walk them up close to your glutes. And with your next inhale, press through your feet to lift your hip points any amount. Coming into bridge pose. You might take hold of the outer edges of your mat, or you might walk your shoulder blades underneath you, interlacing your fingers, rooting through your arms, lifting through your hips, and keeping length through the back of your neck by sending your chin to the sky. If you notice your knees are widening past your hips, draw them back in line with your hips. Release whenever feels right to you. And with your next exhale, we'll all slowly release back down to the mat. Walk your feet mats with distance. Let your knees rock to the right and to the left. We'll take one more bridge pose. So as you are ready, bring your feet hip width distance. Walk them up towards your glutes. And then root through the soles of your feet to lift your hip points to the sky. Find your arm variation. And take 3 deep, present breaths, just as you are. Noticing if your body is shaking, if you're working. Noticing if this is a shape you can settle into. Just being an observer of your experience right here. With an exhale, slowly release, curling down. Walk your feet wide again and let your knees come to the right and to the left. Hug your knees into your chest, giving them a little squeeze. Maybe you rock gently to the right and left, or maybe you bring your palms to the tops of your knees and draw circles in the air. If you're taking the circles, switch directions. And we'll meet back in center. Extend your left leg long. We're coming to a half happy baby. So bring your right palm to the outside of your right foot. Then press the sole of your right foot to the sky as you draw your right knee towards the mat. Try to root your right shoulder towards the ground as much as possible. And explore what feels good with your right arm. You might have your left palm on your left hip for grounding. You might open it out to the side or reach diagonally up and out for some length on your left side. Let yourself explore what feels good to you. And with your next exhale, release your right foot, hug your right knee into your chest, and now hug your nose in towards your right knee. Big breath in here. Exhale, release. Right leg long. Invite your left leg in. Find the outside of your left foot with your left hand and make your way to half happy baby, pressing the sole of your foot to the sky as you draw your knee towards the ground. Right hand can plant on your right hip, come out to the side, maybe reach up overhead. And let yourself find some softness here. If you notice that you're gripping somewhere you don't need to be, try to ease up, even just the slightest amount, even just 5% more softness. With your next exhale, release your left foot. Draw your left knee to center and give it a squeeze. Inhale, knee to nose, nose to knee. Take the biggest breath you can take while you are here. And exhale, release your left leg long, settling into your Shavasana shape. You can let your toes rest out to the sides. Palms might face the sky as you tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. Or you might let your hands rest on your body, maybe your heart or belly. Eyes can close or gaze can soften as you slow down, inviting a few moments of stillness and silence to wrap up practice. We'll be here together for about 10 breaths. So give yourself permission to just exist in these moments. To just be, not worrying about what's to come next or ruminating on what's happened in the past. Spending these 10 breaths fully present here on your mat. With your next inhale, begin to invite big breaths. As you're ready, begin to find some movement. Flickering your fingers and toes. Maybe taking a long stretch overhead, like you're waking up first thing in the morning. Or maybe tucking your knees to your chest. Moving in ways that feel natural to you, instinctive to you. Make your way to a comfortable seat. You might roll up, you might come to one side and press up. Making your way back to a seat on your mat. Again, stack your hips, your shoulders, and your ears. Take a big breath in and release a long sigh out. Hands can come to heart center for Anjali Mudra. You send a thank you to yourself for making space in your day and life to do something kind for your body and mind, and to build that relationship between your breath, your body, your mind, and your heart. Namaste.